Greetings, Moonlight Citizens. This is your man on the moon. I'm here with Moonlight Kingdom Podcast 16. And on this one, we discuss Spider Man, Professor X, Wolverine, the Thunderbolts, and so much more. Get ready for it, folks, as we get into 116th episode of Moonlight Kingdom Podcast in 3, 2, 1.
Having pretty much the longest running trilogy. No, it's not even a trilogy. It's like a quadrilogy? I don't even know. But like, he has the longest runtime now as a Spider-Man actor. Obviously, excluding cameos that cross the span of decades, he's the longest running continuous Spider-Man. People are now seeing him as, you know what? I think it's time to have that conversation about, Tom Holland never being able to, step up to, the plate and be as iconic as Tobey Maguire. People are now comparing him. They're now putting him in real conversations that compare the legacy of the two Spider-Man. Whose legacy is more groundbreaking? Whose legacy will stand the test of time within the superhero, landscape, the zeitgeist? I think it's important that the conversation is had, because for a lot of young kids, people like a lot of the population right now, 10 to 15-year-olds, their Spider-Man is Tom Holland. They don't know anyone else. Unless their parents showed them these movies growing up, as like a classic, these children across the world only see Tom Holland as the only Spider-Man who's ever existed in their lives. Now, we can't say that. We're 27. We're like super young. We watched Spider-Man 2 in theaters back when still Logo had a rainbow logo. Like, we're fucked, we're old. In that way, in my shield. But for a lot of kids, Tom Holland is as iconic
Spider-Man
as Spidey.
Yeah.
As, Tobey was for us. Or Andrew was for the kids who were like a few years younger than us.
No, not really.
For them? For them he is, dude.
No, not really, because a lot of those original fans of Tobey Maguire were still around. That's why I'm like, Andrew Garfield fell into a weird fucking place, because the fans of the original were still there. His own fan base didn't exist yet.
I think Andrew, I'll give you an example. I have like a younger niece. She's born in 2005. Wait, no, I'm lying, 2007. So she's like 8 years younger than me. In time, yes, between Andrew and Tobey's last films, it was a period of like less than 5 years. Spider-Man 3, 2001, was it 11? 2011?
Yeah, it was 2011, because
2011.
It was the original release date for Spider-Man 4.
Exactly. So it was less than a few years in between, but at the same time, there is a big portion of Generation C. Yeah, let's call them the moderately older version of Gen Z. There is still a big portion of them that watched. Yes, they did watch Spider-Man 3, but they're probably way too young to even remember it. If you look at it by generations, they say a generation happens every 7 years or something. There's a new generation. We are the last generation that can probably properly say that we watched this thing in the theaters, that we grew up with it, we had toys of it. The last time that Spider-Man was, Tobey Maguire, we had no smartphones. We had no mainstream internet. It was a dull internet, dull, version of what we now know as, social media.
Yeah. Most we had back then was Mix-It, And in terms of internet, we had like Mozilla Firefox and shit.
Exactly. Now, that's the specific difference in time, which is like, again, a generation. From 2007 to 2012.
Hey, hold up.
That
Is he here?
exactly. Huh? Yeah, what's up? How's it doing?
Hey, what's cracking?
Oh shit. Hey man. What's up? I just got home. Holy shit. Yo, I've had a night. Crazy. You good though? Yeah, I'm good. Ah man, that's good. Yeah, I haven't been home since Friday afternoon. No, Friday morning, actually. Yeah, to be specific. I went straight from work, went to watch the movie at 6, finished at 9, and then was just busy since then. It's been holy shit, man. I feel that. Oh, just tired. But yeah. Anyways, let me get the keys, unlock, and then like put all my shit down, and then I can tune with you guys for a bit. Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. No stress. Oh yeah, we were talking about the generation gap.
Yeah, there was in the cinema I was in, which was a packed house, strangely enough, because you remember you were like day the movie dropped, there were so many empty seats, right? But next day, I watched the 12 o'clock showing. I mean, packed house, man. What the fuck? It was so full. I had to sit way down in front. Like my neck was tilted up the whole damn movie because we were way down in front. And it was that goddamn full. Because when I went to sit there, right, it was 5 minutes in. I looked up and I'm like, shit, there's a lot of empty seats, man. Why am I sitting down here? But then like, the action kicks in. 20 minutes in the movie, I look up again and like, holy fuck, everyone's here. The place is packed. And there was like 2 kids max in that whole joint. There was no one in there under the age of like 18, maybe. Like we were all grown in there. Yeah. And you talk about the generation gap, that says a lot. Because this is it does. Yeah, it's Tom Holland's 4th movie. And everyone in that theater is grown. We didn't necessarily grow up with Tom Holland, but we accept him anyway.
Yeah, we were like pretty much almost out of high school when we first saw him.
Yeah.
A lot of kids, you minus 10 years, they were in grade 1, grade 2, seeing this guy.
Yeah.
This was like their first live action Spider-Man after seeing countless iterations of cartoons.
For the sake of reference, what was going on in like 2007-ish back in the day? 2006, 2007-ish, like for us, because Spider-Man 2 was definitely out there by then. So
I think,
yeah, Spider-Man 2, X-Men 2, because wasn't Last Stand 2007?
I think earlier than that.
Yeah, it's probably earlier than that.
That was when we lost Professor X, right? And then he came back very randomly.
Oh, no. Yeah, it was earlier because it was same year as Superman Returns. Remember that shit. Boring ass film. But anyway.
Returned randomly at the end of Logan. But, that's fine. Body swap, whatever, mind.
Yeah. Yeah, the Wolverine. Yeah.
You're seeing what I want you to see.
Which,
weird.
There's a scene that explains, because Last Stand ends with Magneto reaching over and he kind of moves the chess piece to show that, the serum was temporary. He has his powers back. Yeah. That's the ending. Yeah. But there's this, on the DVD, there's this alternate clip where it shows in a hospital, Moira McTaggart, who's a nurse for this coma patient. And the camera pans away from the coma patient and it zooms in on Moira just going about a day. And then in the background, you hear this voice from the coma guy and he's like, Moira. And she dramatically turns to the camera like, and then it ends.
Exactly.
I guess that was the setup for Patrick Stewart to come back.
Pretty much what this is that ever since then, right? Charles Xavier, somehow, it's Marvel, they have advanced medical tech. He put his brain in this guy's body and constantly, every single time, even now in Doomsday, if we don't know, he's projecting the image that he's in the body of Patrick Stewart to everyone. He knows his true face.
So
He's this
when
guy.
if we were to look at like CCTV footage of Patrick, of like Professor X rolling around, we would just see Coma Guy rolling around in the chair.
Coma Guy wearing a spiffy suit, but we all know that, okay, Charles Xavier, even in Doctor Strange, that's just Coma Guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's kooky. That's what it is.
Oh my god. I'm reminded of Prismo. There's a scene that Prismo said in Adventure Time where he was like, let's say you wish for a back rub. How am I supposed to give you this back rub? Am I supposed to abduct some random man and have make you give him back rub? Like, what if that guy has a family or some shit? And I'm thinking, like, does this Coma Guy have family or something? Like, who's this
At
random
the very
nigga?
least, he was like a test subject, some sort of medical test patient.
Dude. Just a random coma dude that Charles body snatched. Like, what if he had kids? Like, wouldn't they have something to say about, oh yeah, dad woke up from his coma one day and he just rode off?
That's the X-Men now.
Like,
dad's doing a UN, fucking press conference. Like, what? That would be so weird.
Yeah, that would be weird. But, yeah, it's just the X-Men, when it comes to Brand New Day, this is their setup for the X-Men. Because we have Jean Grey going 100%. Off somewhere. The fact that we have Jean Grey in this movie shows this is a clear-cut, 100% direct stepping stone towards X-Men. Not like Kamala Khan being revealed as a mutant. That went nowhere.
Yeah, like they're not being too tentative. They're just flat out mutants. They didn't become mutants because of some sort of cosmic DNA change because of the snap. No, they were always here. We just didn't see them till now.
Yeah.
Big whoop. Deal with it. I like how they approach that because a lot of the times, you have people like Eric Voss, people with heavy spoilers. Everyone's trying to figure out, how are we going to explain mutants existing? How are we going to explain it? Where were they? The real answer, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They were always here. They have gifts.
The kayfabe answer is they were always here. The real world answer is Marvel Studios started a universe without all the toys in place. Now they've got them, and they have to retcon everything to say they were always here.
Yeah. At the same time, I'm not sure if it would have worked out successfully had every studio played ball with each other. Because too many chefs in the kitchen ruins the dish.
Too much, too soon. That's my big problem.
If we had, for example, through some time hijinks, we always use the word time hijinks. It's like a buzzword now. But if we had every single, young X-Men, the one that we see in First Class, Days of Future Past, and, Apocalypse,
and you just
if we had them somehow folded in the MCU, I don't think it would have worked as well. Purely just because of the universe they come from,
it's
the kind of stories that they were telling.
It doesn't,
they blend with the MCU.
Even in the comics, even back in the fucking comics, the world of the X-Men only works if it's a standalone universe. If it's just the X-Men's world. The world where people hate mutants does not work in a world where the Hulk and the Thing exist.
And are celebrated.
Yeah. It does not work. You can't tell me motherfuckers hate Beast but love the Hulk.
Through like weird genetic racism.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it even in the comics, what it purely is you are different because of how you are different. Like I hate you because of how you're different. Oh, Spider-Man, we love him. He got bit by a spider. Everyone, well, maybe some people know this, but Hulk. Okay, cool. Dr. Bruce Banner, Gamma Bomb, we love it. F4, Cosmic Rays, we love it. But you guys, you were born this way? Ew, you fucking mutie. It's crazy. It's preposterous. But it's literally like genetic racism. It's funny.
It makes no sense in the especially in the MCU. It makes no sense to have people hate mutants.
Yeah. Now, you're definitely gonna have. Now, here's the thing. Where does Jean go at the end of the movie, she's taking the bus there anyway.
Yeah.
She's like fucking Zong from Glee, whatever. Small time girl, taking the bus. She'll probably pop up again, maybe, in Secret Wars. Who knows?
Yeah, that's the direct path that post-credit scene seemingly sets up, because the locator says that he's off-world somewhere. So probably Battle World?
Also, is that Toby or Andrew? Who was that?
That was an incursion, boss.
True, because, this whole time he kind of had no confirmation that Tom was going to be in Doomsday, but he'll clearly have some sort of, implication somewhere.
Clearly it'll be in Secret Wars, because that's where he gets the Venom
Yeah.
symbiotes. Also, what the fuck was that?
Have they... Okay, ask yourself this. Do you even still remember that? Do they?
I do. Fucking, it was in fucking No Way Home, and then Sony fucks up everything, even stuff they set up. Sony made it so that, okay, Tom Hardy's Venom is part of the MCU, as temporary as it was, but he'll leave a little bit of Venom so that at some point that little blob is going to wind up on Peter Parker. Okay, sure, we get Black Suit Spider-Man, but that was years ago. Not only that, but at the start of Venom 3, if you remember Venom 3, at the start of Venom 3, same bar, same everything plays out, same guy even, same bartender, and he goes to touch the blob, but before he does anything, the fucking army shows up and scoops it up and takes it away, which is confusing as fuck.
Dude, it would have been so much more compelling. Now look, the movie was good, but there are so many things that you can add to say it could have been more compelling, particularly that as well, because, with Peter mutating, probably puberty, with him mutating and having his, arachnid DNA kind of take over his entire consciousness, that could have been the perfect catalyst for the symbiote to, truly seek him out. Like, oh, he's ready, he's primed, and, he is now perfect to use as a host. But, obviously, they don't think that far ahead.
I don't think they think that far ahead. Also, it would make sense that it would attack now because he's the loneliest.
Yeah.
It plays on emotions. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
They even make a point to say that the whole reason this is happening is because, some spiders, when they've been in isolation for too long, they go through changes and shit. And he does live a lonely existence. It's said twice that he is lonely. Because it's said in that documentary, it's hinted at, hey, when spiders are isolated too long, they go through da-da-da. And then when fucking Jean Grey's in his apartment, she says it's like a lonely, brooding hero starter pack. Because, there's, empty containers everywhere, and the place is a dump. There's no one there but him.
He's a pathetic guy in a movie.
Yeah, he's a pathetic guy in a movie. But, shit, man, fucking Frank Castle lives alone, and he's not that fucking miserable.
No, Frank Castle is perpetually fucking miserable, bro.
Yeah, but he's not to the same degree. He ain't sitting crying
Frank,
about
at the
it
very least, lets himself have fun. He might hook up with Karen every now and again, behind Matt's back.
Yeah, he hitting that.
Kind of indulges himself. Peter, not so much. He's kind of a stiff.
Yeah. This is... Dude, self-imposed isolation, bro. He does not even try to move on. It's annoying. Remember that chick at the elevator? She was smiling and shit. Damn, he could have struck up a conversation. He gets
Perfect
out.
Setup for a meet cute.
Dude.
Perfect setup. She was like, oh wow, we're next door. Yeah.
Dude gets out of the elevator and goes around the corner just to avoid that interaction.
Motherfuckers will do anything.
Except talk to a girl. Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, wasn't that girl the same girl whose clothes he was wearing when he fell?
It was. Because she was like, is that my top?
Mad funny. No.
Dude. It is clearly her clothes. That is a fucking crop top, man. You are not...
Whatever you think that is, you are pulling it off, my guy.
Dude.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And Yelena... Is she flirting with him, low-key? I mean, I don't know.
She's...
barely.
Here's a better question. Was she naked in that tub? Because we don't see shit from the neck down.
That's the implication. But also, why are you just like naked, like for hours? Put some clothes on.
Hey,
Go to the Avengers
dude,
Tower. Why
dude,
is that your office?
you're right. Because she had to have been sitting there for a while. She had no idea when he was gonna show up. She'd been in there a while.
Like, it makes no sense. Thunderbolt seemingly solved everyone's depression. Why are you in this like weird, like Russian apartment,
Like bathhouse, like
what's going on? You have heating and power. Whatever, man.
I mean,
They're
I
setting
get
up
it.
another movie.
I've been in like, places like that. It when that detective was like, my skin feels amazing. It really does open your pores and shit. But like to make that your office, like that's weird.
It's her new zen. It's her bad cave. Like,
You have a
barely,
building.
whatever.
You have a building that Valentina bought. Like,
Bro, $1 billion building.
the fuck,
But
bro.
I guess there's no place like home.
It's annoying that they keep doing this. This is not our pay. This is below our pay grade. Fucking Tony Stark did that shit in Spider-Man Homecoming when he told him about the Vulture, and he's like, "Oh, can the Avengers help?" He's like, "No, this is way below their pay grade." Like, fucking pay
I'm sure
grade,
they
dude.
felt the difference when they were all frozen.
Yeah.
If it even reached them, that is.
Yeah. Fucking wretched, man. Like, there's a citywide.
Doesn't even matter now.
Dude, there's an island of people. Okay, not a whole island. Let's say a kilometer's worth of people, because he said it was like that far back. An entire kilometer circumference around that area was frozen in place. What the fuck were the Avengers? That's an Avengers level threat. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
They're in the office arguing about who's going to order what
Yeah.
and whose card they're going to use.
I hate that ending in Thunderbolts, man. Like, because it shows, it's like, 14 months later, and they're like bickering and shit. So you mean to tell me y'all have been living together for a year and you are still arguing about the same shit you were arguing about when you met? John Walker is still spouting this bullshit of, well, I was Captain America. Like, and fucking Bucky's like, man, no, you're not, man. Like, are y'all still arguing about this shit a year later? You kidding me? The fuck, man? They're doing fuck all. They're not heroes. They're doing jack shit, but sitting in a $1 billion building talking bullshit. They're fucking, I don't know, man. Team Avengers. Avengers with a Z.
Literally. Fucking, what, like, okay, in the trailer for Doomsday, Red Guardian still out there wearing the walking advertisement.
Yeah. Because it's taking place right after.
That
It is in that
they're
scene.
letting him wear that constantly. They're just letting him wear that. Like, there's no, like, I don't know, dress code for being a hero nowadays. You're just doing whatever you want.
Also, no one on the team is like, will you please take that shit off? You look ridiculous. No one says that. Like,
they're meeting Reed Richards, and he looks like a NASCAR driver.
yeah.
Like, okay. That's
But
cool.
yeah, but like circling back to Brand New Day, Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, like, she got over her sister's death pretty quick, too quick for my liking. I get it. We do hear from Frank, like, Peter's been in bed for like weeks, healing from that injury. But like, the way the film is edited, they talk in his mind, he gets shot, and then smash cut to, oh yeah, she was just here. You know, she was looking out for you. She somehow made sure you survived using her mind voodoo, and now she's off to God knows where. She has totally gotten over the fact that, oh yeah, her sister died imprisoned while being experimented on by these people. Like, oh, I'm over that now. Never mind that I held an entire city hostage. Never mind that I was wrecking, like, Lord knows how many people, killed how many innocent cops on my path for revenge. I'm over that now. I'm gonna go do Lord knows what.
It's funny because I'm pretty sure Amy Pascal did say that there was a director's cut of this movie that left her and Karen Feige crying. I do think a lot of it was kind of chopped down in the cutting room floor, particularly the scenes with Sarah. because it kind of leaves it open-ended. Like, how did they kill her? Okay, psionic attacks. Cool. Where's her body? Is it being experimented on? Like, who was handling like the cover-up and disposal of what we should assume is not the first mutant to be, being like tracked down, hunted by the, DODC? Who is pulling the strings above the DODC? Because they can't operate on their own. They need funding. They need like leeway. They need to have that like allowance that, okay, can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do that? They don't operate on their own like whim.
Yeah, they have to answer to someone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fortunately, we didn't really get an indication of who's really doing what.
I'll say this much about the film. Overall, the film has a lot of peaks and valleys. And in terms of like the action, the stuff with the tank, the fight with the hand, the fight with the Hulk, I loved all that. Like his interactions with Frank, like peaks and peaks and peaks and peaks. And then once he actually gets to like the place where Genia's at and he's already fought the hand, the movie just, like when you disconnect a heart monitor and you just get that the movie just stays after that happens. It doesn't go up.
It kind of reminds me of the build-up in WandaVision, where for like 6 episodes or so, we had this like thrilling build-up and mystery on who is doing what's going on here, what is the truth. And then in the last episode, it just washes over you. It's this like huge magical CGI blast battle, and there's like hexes and charms being thrown around. It kind of like undercuts the build-up that we've been like leading up to, and it just kind of leaves you wanting more, but in a more unique way.
The weird thing, like there's with some movies there will be this thing, like especially when you watch on like a laptop or your phone, like you'll see like on the little bar like, oh, there's like 10 minutes left, and you're like, wait a minute, they're gonna wrap this up in 10 minutes.
I kept trying to think in my head because I didn't know how long it would be, so I was like especially the scene where I think, right when Peter had initially stopped Jean Grey, right?
Yeah,
he saved everyone's life, and then what's that guy's name? William or something. He lied to him and said, oh yeah, when she was in my head, she saw my sister, Sarah. I thought, okay, is the film like about to wrap up? Like, what's going on?
It felt like it was. Yeah, but then you look at the time and like, wait a minute, there's still a whole lot of time left. Like,
it was like the kind of music that feels like, oh, okay, things are wrapping up now. It's like wrapping up music. But then, okay, cool. You don't actually remember what happens when she's in you.
So he lied.
Nothing really compelling happens after that. Like, it could have been a little bit more. I know that we always say we want content for Spider-Man. We want grounded things. But then now we're saying we wanted more action or whatever. But they could have gone in a more interesting angle than just having the final fight take place in like a destroyed facility, like in one room in a facility, and have the bulk of the action be relegated to basically nothing characters. Because a lot of the action was pretty much being done by the hand. That was pretty much the action of the last, leg of the film.
Characters we don't care about.
Being controlled by Jean, and that's pretty much it.
They are faceless goons, except for one person. Yeah.
And holding glass shards at the guy's face.
Oh, yeah.
So what I wish they did was actually have the Hulk in the final fight.
Yeah.
And
people thought it would be.
Off,
you remember that trailer?
Like, even the Hulk hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. People thought he would be involved in this shit and he would be fighting the hand, because there was that in the montage when he was like they were showing all the people he fought and he fought the hand. There was that big gap. There was him up top and they were jumping at him and there was that gap. Everybody was like, okay, Hulk is in this scene. That's what the gap is. But no, the gap was just a gap.
It felt very much. You remember how in No Way Home, obviously they forgot to cut out the part where Lizard gets like,
his head moves.
Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like, okay, there should be someone beneath Peter because Moana like Ninja is kind of looking like beneath Peter.
Yeah.
But I guess
no, he's
like, the
going
framing
straight
of the
ahead.
scene-
They're all going at an
Yeah.
angle. He's the only one flying straight ahead. So everyone thought he's
Exactly.
flying
So,
at something.
we thought, oh,
Yeah.
they cut someone out. They removed them in post.
Nope. It's just a
Peter.
gap. It's like
And also what I do like
Endgame.
about that is
Yeah.
that for as formidable as the hand seems, especially in the final fight, like yes, okay, you could argue that Jean Grey kind of gave him like a buff of some sort. You could argue that, but seemingly Peter was able to take him down solo, you know, and this is a pre-powered up Peter. How do you do that?
I
A
mean,
lot
he,
of the times it felt like
Yeah.
we were being shown, you know, like kind of panels of a comic book that we haven't read.
yeah, that's what that
Like, case
was.
in point,
That's what that
earlier
montage
in the
was.
call,
There were
Andy
covers.
mentioned how, you know, Tombstone, what we saw in the first look on the internet was the entirety of his appearance.
Yep.
Him dangling Peter over a building, and obviously the extra 30 seconds of him being caught on a wall, whatever, done. There could have been more done with these characters, especially these scenes where we just kind of see, like, you know, glorified, you know, montages. It's basically a montage. It's
Yeah.
not really it's not aiding to the plot. It's not showing how, you know, Peter is maneuvering as a solo hero in New York, in Manhattan, in, you know, Queens. We're not really seeing how he has come into his own as like the solo hero, protecting the city. It's just kind of quick wipes. Now, granted, okay, we can only fit so much in a 2-hour, 10-minute movie, but it did kind of feel like a disservice to like not really show us just how skilled he's become, especially since it's been like what, several years since the very end of No Way Home.
Yeah.
Like, how has he evolved as a hero? We don't really see that.
He hasn't. That's the short answer. He hasn't. He's still doing the same stuff from the end of like No Way Home. He's still the same guy. The only thing that's evolved is the tech that he has in terms of he now has like 3 monitors and an automatic sewing machine instead of, you know, just a manual sewing machine that he has to use, which goes against the whole thing, because at the end of No Way Home, they were like, all right, y'all, you guys were clamoring for Peter Parker to go back to basics, be on his own, struggling with rent and shit like that. Here you go. And yet when Spider-Man Brand New Day picks up, oh, he's not struggling for rent. He clearly has some money because he's got these monitors, he's got a treadmill, he's got his own washing machine. Like, he's clearly okay. So there goes that idea.
Yeah, that's what I didn't really appreciate with like Evie, because we saw Evie all the way in Homecoming, and obviously she makes a return.
Yeah.
At the very least, I would have conceded had they shown, as much as Peter might want to be an independent hero, a lot of the times he does need some sort of support items to help him fight crime in the city, because he can only do so much as a guy in a mask. Like, no, like there's no support, like there's no alerts, no sirens, no, oh, you know, bad guys on like Fifth Street. Like, at least show that he tried to do it without tech support, but then eventually he goes back to it, which kind of shows his reliance on the tech that he was kind of spoiled with from the start, from Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But there's like really no mention of it. He's pretty much like this like Batman kind of hero. Like, he has all kinds of gadgets, and it's cool. Like, yeah, we do see that a lot of it he builds himself. The web grenades, you know, obviously the inhibitor chip, and I guess he kind of built Evie himself, I guess.
No, that's from that Tony Stark gave him that from like in Homecoming, because okay, it was
That's
off,
true.
which is weird because in
Where
No
was
Way
it all
Home
the
she was
time?
offline, which doesn't make sense.
Exactly. So, like, what did Peter really, like, how did he, I know he's smart. We know this. We all know this. But how did he manage to, like, do all of this? What funds did he have? What resources? Because you can be smart, but you need material. You need a box of scraps to build this thing in the cave. You can't just do it.
Yeah.
You know? We didn't really get
like,
shown
does he
that.
have an Aunt May fund? Is it like,
You know?
It's not like he's out
Yeah.
here stealing the money. You know, like he's stealing from
Yeah,
criminals or some shit.
is it a Tony Stark fund?
And if he
Who knows?
is, how is he still a beneficiary since the entire world doesn't know him? How did he finish his GED, for God's sake?
Yeah.
If he has no
I don't
identity.
think he did.
That's the thing,
It's his
though.
full-time
Exactly,
thing.
because he's not in university.
This is just... See, what the problem with this story, like the first 30 minutes of the story, is it's basically Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 4. If you remember, like, they did, like, the storyboards for that shit. And the first act of that movie is, oh, yeah, him and Mary Jane, their relationship didn't work out because of the events of Spider-Man 3. And now he is fully committed to being Spider-Man. And we see this montage of him taking down, like, villains that Sam Raimi wasn't going to use. Like, he would take down the Stilt Man, he'd take down Mysterio. And that's essentially what happens here. That's what the fuck that montage was. Him battling all these different villains to show, like, oh, he is fully committed to being Spider-Man now. He has no life as Peter Parker.
Yeah. And, he also has pretty much a Commissioner Gordon. Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, she exists, in the comics, but it's practically just a Commissioner Gordon type deal.
Yeah.
Which is funny to me because she mentioned in the movie, dude, I don't know what you look like. I don't know who you are. I don't know, you say all of that, but Peter Parker is literally on the phone in the street in New York City, a city that is to be, we are to be at least, given the impression that it's kind of high-techy. It's the MCU. You're telling me that you cannot, number one, identify, flag, locate, geolocate this person on the phone? A phone with, we should assume, has no firewall. It's just a cell phone.
It's not even a burner phone. It's a flip phone. It's one of them new flip phones they got. Shit.
You can't find Peter Parker. I mean, I doubt that they want to find him. They have no reason to find him. He's doing his job. He's saving the city. Whatever. He's helping the cops. But this whole thing of him being shrouded in mystery, I don't think it should be that mysterious. He's literally walking around in the city talking about fighting crime and I put these guys away. You're having public conversations about your exploits. No one is catching wind of that. No one, really? Cool. Whatever. It's New York. Mind your fucking business. Okay.
Yeah. It's just, there's a lot. Okay, I'll say this. There's a lot to like about this movie, but there's a lot of things that stop it from being perfect. It's like No Way Home in that way. But the biggest thing with No Way Home was that first 30 minutes upon rewatching. Okay, first time I watched the movie, everything was great. But upon rewatching, that first 30 minutes of No Way Home drags. In this one, yeah, it feels like it's going nowhere. The movie doesn't kick into gear until the villains show up. But in this movie, that opening 30 minutes of we see Peter Parker fully committed to being Spider-Man. We see he has no social life. He doesn't want one. And that, I feel like you could have established all that in 10 minutes. You did not need to drag that out for as long as it did.
I think the reason why I did that was to sell the fact that Peter Parker really has a truly Peter Parker life. It's pathetic. It's sad, it's lonely, it's not fulfilling, personally.
Yeah, but
he might feel good saving the day, but in the nighttime, he's miserable.
Yeah. But this is different because this version of Peter Parker chooses to be lonely. In the comics and even in the other movies, even though it's I need to keep my identity a secret, Peter Parker does have a life.
Yeah.
Outside of being Spider-Man. But yeah. Like I said, okay, to give this movie its props for a change. I'm glad that for a change, once again, at the end of the movie, Spider-Man looks fucked up. He actually looks I get it. The point of the movie is to show he's committed to being Spider-Man. He's running himself ragged. Okay, that's cool and all. But even if that wasn't happening, I'm just glad at the end, the dude looks like he's been through hell. He actually looks like he's been in a fucking fight. Unlike other Marvel heroes who get blasted through walls and hit with laser beams and shit and don't get scratches. This dude had internal bleeding. His nose was busted. Yeah, like blood coming out of his forehead. I was like, yes. Yeah, fuck this motherfucker up.
I have a question for you guys. Now, the internet's kind of, split between the middle with this. The very end, when Pierre decides to find out social life and reapproach Ned, people are split between, is Ned remembering that he's Peter Parker, his best friend, or is Ned remembering, oh, that guy? Wait, that
Peter
guy's
from
Spider-Man.
the apartment. And when he's like, oh wait, Spider-Man's name is Peter?
Peter from...
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's that. I think it's the subconscious of him remembering the handshake, but I don't think he knows it's like why the handshake came about. It's more like you remember something from like a past.
But I don't remember where it's from. Yeah.
Like, you have to imagine these guys have probably been friends since like elementary school.
Yeah.
They've been doing this handshake. All of a sudden, you forget your best friend. The day you see him or he approaches you and he does this, your body will react. You won't know why, but your body will react. Like you've been doing this handshake.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is like latent muscle memory kicking in. But yeah, you guys are right. I think the framing of it is trying to trick us into thinking, oh, okay, handshake plus him saying, my name's Peter, is Ned going, oh, Peter, oh my God, dude, what the fuck? I remember you now. But like, it's kind of tricking you. It's doing two things at once.
Yeah.
It's giving us like the catharsis of, oh my God, they did the handshake. It's been so long. I won't lie. I kind of felt like, choked up. But the way he says Peter, it's not like, he doesn't say like Peter. He says Peter, like he's remembering something, like, or he's putting pieces together. It's not like he's doing it in like a Peter, like, is that you? It's a different way that he's saying Peter. And I appreciate that Jacob kind of acted that specific voice, like that line. I appreciate the fact that he acted it that way, because it does give specific nuance into what he's actually thinking in his mind.
Yeah. It was a good scene, and but that kind of that level of trickery is straight out of Matt Reeves' The Batman, because in the trailer, dude was like, he was looking right at Batman and he was saying Bruce Wayne, and the way it was edited, it was like, oh shit, the Riddler knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. But when you actually watch the movie and he says, you get the context of why he's saying Bruce Wayne. He's just talking about him. He's not talking to him.
For the first seconds, Bruce is scared. Like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You know me? And like, no.
Oh, shit.
You're just crazy.
Yeah, you're just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, also, that shit is straight up Heath Ledger's Joker, because there's a moment there where he's like, he calls him like, he calls him garbage. And then that moment he's like, no, and he like loses shit. That's straight up the scene between Batman and Heath Ledger's Joker, where he's like, you're a psychopath who kills for money. And Joker's like, don't talk like one of them. You're not. You're just like me. You're not like them. So it's like that whole, we're not so different, you and I. That's a bad guy cliche. But between the Riddler and Batman, that was straight up Christian Bale, Batman, and Heath Ledger's Joker.
Have you guys ever seen the theory that posits Heath Ledger's Joker is a military veteran who just got really fucked up?
I remember this theory that he was an interrogator.
We see him doing a certain
kind, and that's why he changes the story every time. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, he says what he has to get the information.
Because to even like perfectly follow the rhythm of the military, I don't know, is it a military march or whatever?
Yeah, that march. They do that in like
on cue every single time, almost like he's done this before. And the fact that, he kind of has some sort of hand-to-hand combat abilities, otherwise he wouldn't have been able to just walk in touting shit at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
People, theories seem to, say that he's like a guy who just got really screwed up in some kind of war. They kind of counted as like, it's probably Iraq, because it's like 2003, but then The Dark Knight said like 2010.
Don't forget, there was that line he said, if I say like a bunch of gangbangers will shoot each other, or a truck full of soldiers will be blown up. No one panics. Why would he choose that example specifically? Why the fuck would the Joker care about a truck full of soldiers? Unless
like
he was
lost
one of them.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that
he had
theory.
one bad day.
Yeah.
I don't mind it for,
that
an
version
adaptation.
of the
I don't mind
Joker.
it.
That cannot be the de facto version, but it works for that version specifically.
Yeah, for the grounded Nolan take. Which again, let's be honest, just speaking plainly, in some way, Christopher Nolan having this like grounded take on Batman, it kind of led to the poisoning of like the superhero landscape as a whole.
Yeah.
Because
everybody wanted to be Dark Knight.
Grounded, realistic, it's kind of set kind of a harmful precedent for what we do in terms of approaching superhero movies nowadays.
Dude.
Just look at Titans, man. Zack freaking Snyder. Like,
nah, fuck that. Look at FANT4STIC. Them motherfuckers
realistic.
really wanted to be Chris Nolan's Dark Knight. They said so many different ways that when they were approaching this shit, they wanted to do a darker, more realistic take in the vein of Dark Knight. Everybody wanted to be fucking Chris Nolan's Dark Knight after that movie came out. Even shit that didn't make sense.
Those movies are the Oppenheimer of the entire landscape.
Dude.
It did a lot of good, but it did a lot of bad as well.
It inspired a lot of bad.
You can't escape anything now without realistic and gritty. It poisoned everything that came after it.
Yeah. I think that in terms of dark and gritty, because Christopher Nolan did realistic and gritty. Sure, he can do realistic, gritty detective stories. Everyone else saw gritty and thought, we're going to be dark and gritty. That people mistook realistic for dark, because Dark Knight is a lot of things, but Christopher Nolan's trilogy is one of the few superhero trilogies that was realistic, but rarely, if ever, got dark.
Yeah. It never teetered into immoral zones of just like gratuitous violence, like just meaningless fluff.
Yeah. It's not like that's in Zack Snyder's Watchmen where that one woman almost gets assaulted, but like, okay, that's not meaningless violence. That serves a narrative purpose. But still, that shit ain't gonna happen in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. There is violence, there is crime, but you're not gonna see a scene where a woman almost gets jumped by, a big burly man like that.
Yeah.
Also, body horror. For a lot of Batman's villains, they have these tragic origins where they get fucked up. But rarely do they get fucked up in a way like the FANT4STIC do. Where like Reed and his like extended, gross, distended limbs, and Ben Grimm and his like rock-covered skin, and Johnny's on fire. He's not on fire like Chris Hemsworth or even in
FANT4STIC felt like a horror take on Chronicle. Like, just to the max horror.
Oh, yeah.
It feels very much of that, like, era of 2010 superhero, again, realistic.
Everything's we gotta be edgy. Yeah.
Everything's realistic. What would be the most realistic take? How would they realistically have Doom, be possible? How could he be, like, this kind of sorcerer thing? Oh, he's from another dimension, and he... radiation, blah blah blah. Ugh, just horrible.
That problem. Oh yeah. Before the movie even came out, when Toby Kebbell did that interview, that they asked him like, "Oh, so you're going to be playing Dr. Doom?" And yeah, in the movie he's playing. He said in an interview he would be playing Victor Domashev, and his name is Victor Domashev, but the name Dr. Doom is the username that he uses when he goes online gaming.
Just stupid. It could easily have been like a corporate name.
Dude.
Like, oh, here comes Dr. Doom. Like, fucking gamer tech.
Dude,
guys, I gotta tap off. Like, I had a wild night and I needed to sleep.
Man, it's no problem, dude. You can always pick up on chat.
Not time.
Okay. I'll keep you guys posted on there. I'll check what's up. Like, in terms of the convo.
Great having you, though. Great having you.
Sure, man. I appreciate it. It's been a while since I've hopped on one of these calls.
Just talk dumb shit. It's always good.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty fucking dumb that they reduced Doctor Doom to a online gamer tag, which is so retarded.
Yeah, it's very 2010 edgy.
Like, I will say this, like, on a quick note. When it came out, I really enjoyed it, but the Matt Reeves Batman took a simple idea and took it very seriously for a character. And what I feel like a lot of people who get handed superhero IPs don't take it with the level of seriousness that it deserves. Like, yeah. Which is a shame.
Batman Part 2 apparently intends to, have a realistic take on Clayface. I'm not sure if that's the current angle anymore.
Because Sebastian stands in there.
The DCU. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's sick. I mean, I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Like, that universe is going to be cool. That whole Elseworld, whatever the fuck they're doing with Pattinson. I'm down for it.
Yeah. And it definitely should not intertwine with the DCU.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it has no place there whatsoever.
Yeah. The DCU's a mess.
Get off. I'll see you.
All
right, man. Good night. Take it easy.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.